So hello everyone,
Hello,
welcome to the new day and new vlog. Today we have with us our beloved friend Shubhadeep. How are you doing, Shubhadeep?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Superb. And our today's topic for the video is regarding how much cash one can carry when they are coming to Germany for the very first time. In this video, we'll be discussing about our own experience, like how much cash did we carry, including the card money as well.
Yep.
So you can say how much money we carried when we arrived in Germany for the first time, and I think this is regarding our own experience. So Shubdeep, if we start about this topic.
Yeah. So when I first came to Germany, like before I came to Germany, I had already started planning as to what I will be, like how much money I'll be needing.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I would like to say is that I still hadn't gotten an apartment, and
Okay.
I had planned a sublet that I would be going to when I first arrived here.
Yeah.
So I had actually carried a bit more money than usual.
Yeah.
So I had carried about 2,000 euros in a Forex card and
Okay.
about 900 euros in cash, because
Okay.
I also had to pay my university semester fees
Yeah.
in cash, and also had to pay the landlord from whom I was subletting,
Okay.
and I had to pay him in cash as well. That's
Okay.
why I had brought a bit more cash,
Yeah.
and also because I had to support myself for a month, because
Yeah.
unless you don't have a permanent address, you don't get a bank account.
Yeah.
So
you have
that's
to
why I
manage
had
your
to,
expense
yes,
by
I had
cash.
to. I had already planned that I might have to manage my expenses for at least
Yeah.
1 or 2 months. But
Yeah.
thankfully, it was just 1 month.
Yeah.
After that, I got an apartment,
Yeah.
and thus that is why I had bought a bit more cash, and that had really helped me to like plan my expenses
Yeah.
and have a smoother time here in first time in Germany.
Yeah.
Regarding my expenses in Forex card, we will be making a video about that as to why I chose what Forex card.
Which forex card
why,
you used?
yeah,
I think we can talk about
Yeah.
that in a separate video. But Shubdeep, like the breakdown that you told, like how much did you carry in your forex card? The
Yeah,
amount?
so I carried about 2,000 euros in Forex card
Okay.
and about 900 euros in cash because of the university fees,
Yeah.
and to pay the rent for
Yeah.
the first month in the sublet.
Got it. So this is, I think, is specific to Kaiserslautern,
Yeah.
because the rent can vary based on the cities. And suppose, like he said, and I also had to pay the university contribution fee. I chose that I'll pay in person when I go to the university. So if I talk about my experience in Kaiserslautern in Germany, then I carried around 600 euros in cash, I think, and in forex card I think I carried around 500 euros. So, and this is the amount. This can vary based on your situation, based on your location, but I think this I considered for the very first month. Like he said, we might not have the bank account here, because first we do the city registration, then accordingly step by step, when we have the sufficient documents, you can watch RP2 Kaiserslautern playlist for that. The videos are ordered in that way. So then you can open the bank account here. Once you have the bank account here, then you can have the money in your bank account, and then you can maybe transact some money to your bank account from your home country as well. But until and unless you do not have that, I think you need sufficient amount of cash to survive here. One more point here I would like to mention is that apart from the contribution fees, apart from the rent, I think the daily expense, because when you arrive here, right, you might have to buy groceries, right, you might have to go to some places, you might have to navigate, and for the initial time period maybe you have to pay for some public transportations as well. So you need, I think, good amount of cash so that you can manage your first month expense. Now Shubdeep, here I would like to ask you, like you said you carried some money in forex card. Can you name the forex card which you use?
Oh, I use the Axis Bank Forex card.
Okay. And regarding the cash, from where did you got this cash? Like how you
Okay.
managed it?
Yeah, so there is
Like
a,
you said,
yeah.
900 euros, right?
Yeah, so there's a really good exchange office.
Yeah.
And I am from Kolkata, so they have a branch in Kolkata, but I believe they have branches in all parts of India.
Yeah.
In all the metropolitan cities. It's called Orient Exchange.
Orient
and
Exchange.
They often offer really good exchange rates.
Yeah.
And that's why I decided to go with them. And I actually got a really good rate. I remember it was officially on Google, it was showing around 80.76.
Yeah.
And I got a rate of 81.43 from them.
Got it. And I think I used the Thomas Cook branch in Sector 18, Sector 18, Noida. And you can, take the required documents with you, and then you can have the amount of cash that you want. I think for the first time, you can also show
Yeah.
that you have this acceptance letter
Yeah.
from the university and
Exactly.
why you need this amount of
Yeah.
cash. But I think, was the process smooth? Like when you went
Yes,
there to...
the process was actually really smooth. I
Yeah.
just had to give my acceptance letter
Yeah.
and also show them that the flight ticket, as to let them know on
Yeah.
which date I was flying to Germany.
Okay, and
Yeah.
now one more question here is that, like we said, like I also did this thing, carry some money as cash and some in forex card. So do you recommend, like, do you think that one should only carry cash or only carry money in forex card? What's your take or suggestion on this? Like, should one
Okay.
divide cash like this, like you did, and then
So I would suggest equally not equally, but dividing it in some amount,
Yeah.
it's better to carry a bit of cash, because Germany is still very cash friendly.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, as Nishant also mentioned, that we paid our university fees in cash.
Yeah.
So we were able to do that because it was mentioned that you can only pay in cash. The card was not accepted at that time.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why I believe it's better to bring a bit amount of cash. And also, like, a lot of the restaurants here in Germany, if you need to, like, let's say
Yeah.
when you first arrive, you might not have enough groceries to cook your
Yeah.
meals, so you might have to buy
Some donor as well.
yeah, some donor as well. And there they only accept, most of the donor shops only accept cash.
Yeah.
So it's better to bring just a little bit amount of cash.
Yeah.
Also, another reason I would like to point out is that why I had to bring so much money is because since I did not have an apartment, and if you apply to get an apartment here, you first need to pay the deposit also.
Yeah, correct.
So along with the first month's rent. So
Yeah.
that's why I had to bring a lot more cash
Yeah.
in order to sustain myself, and also be able to pay the deposit of my new apartment and
Yeah.
the first month's rent.
Correct. So I think I would also say that, like, in my case, it was almost equal. Like I said, 600 euros cash I got with myself, and 500 euros in the Forex card, just in case, suppose if I need some backup money. So it's always good. And in I think in a different case, it's also important. Suppose if you are carrying cash and your bag gets stolen, then you
Yeah.
have some other money in card, so that you can divide and you can
Sustain yourself.
sustain yourself, because I think it's very important for any student who is coming to Germany and who is not familiar with the process, and you never know how much money you might need for a particular situation. So like Shubdeep said, like, you can either do 900 euros
Yeah.
cash and 2000 euros Forex
Yeah.
card,
If you have
depending.
a situation similar to me where you didn't
Yeah.
get an apartment,
Yeah.
and you will be searching for an apartment hunting here in Germany,
Yeah.
then you need to remember that you will have to pay the deposit.
Correct.
So it's better to bring a bit more
Yeah,
cash.
and one more point I would like to mention here. I also had this option that I could come here and pay the very first month rent in person, or the amount that one has to pay. But I thought that I'll transact that money from India itself, because I also transferred some of the security deposit from India. So I thought if I transact that money from India, then I don't have to carry extra cash to pay the rent. So if you already have apartment, then you can do the transaction if it's authorized, if the landlord is verified, and then you can carry some cash to manage your expenses here in Germany. So for Kaiserslautern, I would say, like, in my experience, for the very first month, if you sum that money up, it's around 1100 euros I carried, since I already paid for my accommodation, but not for the semester contribution fees, the semester fees. And in Shubdeep's case, it's 2900 euros he carried, since he did not have any
I don't have an apartment.
apartment. So it really depends on case to case. But I think the one of the important point that one has to keep in mind is that you can carry Forex card, you can carry cash as well, and can split the money accordingly. Maybe you can watch that video where we talked about the living expenses in Kaiserslautern. Through that, you will also get an idea what's the monthly expense in Kaiserslautern, and then you can plan, okay, for the first 2 months I'll carry the cash or the money in Forex card with me till the time, because sometimes it might happen that you don't find accommodation for the initial period, or it is taking some time to open an account here. So till that time, you have enough cash to manage your daily expenses. Now Shubdeep, at this point, any other point you want to add here?
No, I believe we have covered enough. And regarding the Forex cards, as we mentioned, that we will be covering that in a later video.
In
So,
another
yeah.
video. So I think that is important, because some of the students also suggested that which Forex card you're using here, because I think that is also one of the important topic that should be covered. So we'll try to talk about that in separate video. But I hope through this video, through this vlog, you got an idea regarding the expense, specifically regarding how much cash or money one has to carry when coming for the first time to Germany. Like I said, it is our specific case. It depends on the city where you are coming. Suppose if you go to Berlin or Munich or some other cities where comparatively the expenses are more, then your cash requirement is also more. So you can check. But I hope you got an overview through our insights and through the information that we shared. So I'll end this vlog now. Thank you, Shubdeep, for sharing all these details. I'll end this vlog now. Rest, like, comment, share, subscribe. It doesn't take much time. Bye bye. Ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Namaste. Chalo. See you in new day, new vlog. Also, you can go to different playlists and watch videos according to your interest. And there is RP2 Kaiserslautern playlist as well. The videos are ordered. You can watch that as well whenever you get time. Bye bye.
Bye.